If you work in finance and you're still spending most of your week in spreadsheets, copying and pasting data, or waiting for massive files to load or refresh, this video is going to change how you see your career. Because there's an entire role built around what financial professionals already do, except they're using tools which make them more efficient and more valuable. And they're being paid for it, with average salaries 50% higher than other financial roles. It's called a Business Intelligence Analyst. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what they do and what skills you actually need to move into this area. You'll also know how to get there in 90 days. So first, what actually is a Business Intelligence Analyst? A BI analyst is someone who takes raw data from across a business and turns it into insights that drive decisions. So think of them as a translator between a company's data and its leadership team who want to make those decisions. Where a traditional accountant might produce a monthly P&L report in Excel, a BI analyst builds a live dashboard that the CFO or divisional managers can open at any time and see revenue trends, cost drivers, and variance analysis, all updated automatically. The key word here is automatically. That's what BI is really about. Removing the manual work so analysis can happen in real time. Now here's where the role gets particularly interesting for financial professionals. A lot of BI analyst roles actually sit within finance teams. So you're not moving into IT or tech, you're still doing financial analysis, just with better tools. So the three main outputs of a BI analyst are 1, data models, by using the structured databases where the data lives. 2, the dashboards, or the visual reports that update automatically from the live data. And 3, insights and recommendations that go to leadership to make those decisions. Now, in smaller organisations, one person might handle all three, but in larger corporates, you might specialise in one area. Either way, the skill set is exactly the same. Okay, so let's talk about what a BI analyst actually does. So the job title is a bit vague until you see it in practice. A typical week might look like this. On Monday morning, you open up and look through the updated sales dashboard from the week before. You would have been reviewing these daily over the past week, but you'll be presenting this at the weekly sales meeting this morning. So you note any key variances to mention for the previous week. You also get a request from the sales director who's viewing the same dashboard from another city. As these are published in the Microsoft environment, so anyone with a link in your organisation and with permission can access the same dashboard. She wants to understand why revenue in one region has dropped this month versus last month. So you pull the data, you run the analysis in Power BI, and you identify that it's tied to a specific product category with supply issues. And that's a BI analyst delivering insight, not just reporting. So on Wednesday, you're building a new dashboard for the fp&a team. You connect it to the company's financial database. You write a few DAX formulas to calculate rolling averages and year-on-year comparisons. But you do all this within your company's financial periods. So it's very specific to your company. And you have it on automatic refresh, so it's live every morning. Then on Friday, you're in a stakeholder meeting presenting findings. You're not just showing numbers, you're telling a story with the data. For example, revenue is down 8%, but margin is up 2% because cost reductions are outpacing volume loss. That narrative skill is something finance professionals already have. So that's a realistic week. And just notice it's not coding all day. It's a mix of analysis, building, and communicating, which is exactly what good financial professionals already do. The 4 core responsibilities you'll see in most BI analyst descriptions are 1, collaborating with business stakeholders to understand their data needs. This can also be called finance business partnering. 2, writing queries to extract and clean data, usually through SQL. 3, Designing and maintaining dashboards and reporting. 4, identifying trends and translating them into business recommendations. Now, if any of that sounds familiar, it should. It's basically what a good management accountant or fp&a analyst does, except the tool set you're using is different. All right, so here's the part most people want to skip to, the actual skills. And I'm going to give you 3, not 10, not some massive list of tools you need to spend years learning. 3 skills that cover about 80% of what BI analyst roles actually require. I know this personally. I'm a CPA and I wanted to transition into data-focused finance roles from traditional accounting roles. I spent a lot of time and money doing an intensive data analytics course, but I only use a small subset of these tools in my analytic roles, and I'm going to run through these right now with you. Skill 1, Power BI. This is your primary reporting and visualization tool. Power BI is what Excel is to accounting. It's the industry standard, especially in corporate financial environments. If you can build clean, interactive dashboards in Power BI, already ahead of most candidates. Within Power BI, the 2 things to focus on are Power Query, where you will clean and transform raw data before it hits your dashboard, and you'll use DAX. This is the formula language that lets you build calculations, such as rolling totals and year-on-year comparisons, and custom KPIs. And if you already know Excel formulas well, DAX clicks faster than you'd think. Okay, skill 2 is SQL. SQL is how you talk to databases. Most companies store their financial and transactional information in relational databases. So whether that's SQL Server or Snowflake or something similar. As a BI analyst, you need to be able to write queries to extract the data you need. So join tables together and filter results. But the good news is you don't need to be a data administrator or SQL programmer. You just need to be confident with the basics, at least to start with. So select, where, join, and group by, and some aggregate functions. That's honestly the core of what finance BI analysts use day to day. A week of focused SQL practice will get you further than you might expect. And the 3rd skill is data modeling, and this is the one that people skip, but it's the one that separates a good analyst from a great one. Data modeling is about how you structure your data before you build anything. Because if your model is wrong, your dashboards will give you the wrong answer. And it doesn't matter how good they look, no financial professional wants that. So for finance BI work, you need to understand the star schema design, fact tables and dimension tables and how they work, and how to build a model that handles things like multiple currencies, accounting periods, time hierarchies, and intercompany eliminations. And look, I know this sounds technical, but it maps directly back to how you already think about financial data. You already understand the difference between a transaction and a reference table, and that's the foundation of data modeling. And look, across all 3 skills, you'll use AI to level up your work. AI is a great companion on your business intelligence journey. It can troubleshoot queries and give you more efficient ways to create your work. What AI cannot do is be your subordinate to complete all your work. You still need to understand the fundamentals of your data, and you need to understand what your SQL queries and Power BI elements are doing. You'll become very quickly stuck if something goes wrong and AI has built the whole data process. So treat AI as your tool to be more efficient and accurate. And please never load confidential business data into any public AI tool. I hope you would know that, but I just want to remind you to make sure. So the honest truth about the learning curve, most financial professionals underestimate how much of this they can already do. They just don't have the specific tool experience yet. So Power BI, SQL, and data modeling are learnable skills. They're not gated behind a degree, and I'll show you exactly how you can build them in 90 days by the end of this video. All right, let's talk about money, because that's probably the most Googled thing about this role. Based on the major job boards in the US, the UK, and Australia, these roles are both growing in demand and being paid at a premium. While accounting roles overall are still growing, analyst roles are growing fastest. According to the latest US Bureau of Labor Statistics projections in 2025, financial analyst roles are expected to grow 6% from 2024 to 2034. I've pulled the data here comparing the roles with the same years of experience. And as you can see, in the US, UK, and Australia, there's a 40 to 50% premium for people in these roles compared to generalist accountant roles with the same number of years experience. So what does a career path look like with a BI analyst role? So the typical progression would be BI analyst to senior BI analyst, and then to BI lead or manager. Or you can move laterally into, say, fp&a, or even data engineering, data analytics, head of BI, or BI manager. The BI analyst role is genuinely a junction point in your career. It keeps you close to finance and business strategy, which is where most financial professionals want to stay, but it's giving you the technical credibility that opens doors in data-driven organisations. And one thing I want to flag to you is don't wait for a BI analyst job title before you start upskilling. More and more finance roles are expecting Power BI or SQL skills as a baseline, even in traditional financial and accounting roles. So investing in these skills pays off whether or not you pivot into a new role, because this is the baseline that companies expect. And you're wondering whether this is actually achievable for you. Here's the honest answer. Financial professionals have a significant unfair advantage when transitioning into BI. So 3 things that will make your transition smoother. 1, don't try and learn everything at once. Pick one tool, for example, Power BI, and get good at it before moving on. Depth beats breadth in the early stages. And hiring managers are a lot more impressed by someone who can genuinely build a complex Power BI model than someone who's tried 7 tools at a surface level. 2, build something real. The fastest way to get hired is to have a portfolio piece that solves a real financial problem. So not a tutorial dashboard about sales data or something completely unrelated, an actual financial dashboard. So pull together a P&L by business unit, or rolling sales with rolling averages, or even a forecast. A headcount cost model, something a CFO would actually open. And 3rd, lead with your finance experience, not your tech skills. When you're applying for BI roles, your accounting and FP&A background is your point of difference. So frame it that way. Like, I'm a financial professional who can build the dashboards myself. It's a lot more compelling and valuable than I'm a BI developer who knows a bit about finance. So I hope you can see this transition is not a big leap. You're not changing careers. You're upgrading your toolkit. All right, so here's a 90-day roadmap. Practical, specific, and no fluff. Month 1, your foundation. So for 2 weeks, I'd focus on Power BI basics. Connect to data, build your first dashboard, and understand Power Query. The second 2 weeks, DAX fundamentals. So sum, calculate, filter, and some time intelligence. And by the end of month 1, you would have built a basic financial dashboard from scratch. Month 2, SQL and data modeling. So the first 2 weeks, focus on the SQL fundamentals, select, where, join, and group by. And the next 2 weeks, look at data modeling. Understand the star schema, fact and dimension tables, and relationships. By the end of month 2, you can pull data from a database and model it correctly. And in month 3, you'd be building a portfolio. So you will be looking at completing a financial dashboard using real or realistic financial data. So some simple P&Ls, some variance analysis, or rolling forecasts. And then you'd be publishing it to GitHub or LinkedIn. So you'd be documenting what you've done and why you've done it that way. And then in the final week, you can update your LinkedIn headline and start applying for roles. Reach out to teams who might need this capability. Your goal is having one strong portfolio piece and an active job search. That's it. 90 days, focused, consistent effort. That's the roadmap. Now, I know that sounds easy, but it's much harder to do. So in future videos on this channel, I'm going to break down each of these stages in detail. Power BI from scratch, SQL for financial professionals, and how to build a portfolio that actually gets attention. All of it. So if that will be useful to you, subscribe now so you don't miss any of these videos. And leave a comment below. I want to know, are you already in a financial role, looking to transition, or are you just starting out? I read every comment and I'll answer your questions. So that's the full breakdown. What a business intelligence analyst does, the 3 skills you need, the salary reality in 2026, and a 90-day plan to get you there from a finance background. I hope this video has helped you. The best thing you can do is subscribe. It tells me you want more of this content, and it helps me keep making it for free. And I'll see you in the next one.